7. Tommy Tremble is going to be wide open. Bryce finds him from 12 yards out. So that would tie the game at 24. And what a play call. Just take another look at that. Bryce, he really knew it from the second it left his arm, channeling his inner Steph Curry. Finds his man Tremble for the touchdown. But the Panthers went to the 4th overtime of the season, tied at 38 in the extra session. Miles Sanders with 2 big touchdowns on the day, 115 rushing yards. That's the game winner. Panthers end the season on a high note. They win in Atlanta, 44-38 in overtime as we welcome you back into Charlotte Sports Live. The Panthers defense, it's celebrating a win, even if it wasn't really their best performance. All that said, though, it's a pretty potent Falcons offense.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the victory is all that matters, right? I'm being serious about it. You look at it was crazy. It's true. Victory is all that matters. Carla, and Gabe are going to break down what went wrong and what went right for Ejiro Avero's unit.
Yeah, guys, still here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium after the Panthers' 44-38 overtime win in the season finale over the Atlanta Falcons. Talked a lot about the offense. There were a lot of positives there. The defense, there were a few, but still, you look over the last 2 weeks and really today, giving up 500 yards once again. And now Panthers officially on the wrong side of history despite the loss, most points given up in the season. So definitely not a good side to be a part of, good to celebrate the win, but still, I think a lot of improvements to be made in the future of that side of the ball.
Yeah, we definitely, during this game, kept looking at the 38 points that they could possibly give up. And we were talking about this. We could be talking about maybe one of the best offensive performances and maybe the worst defensive performances in the same game. And honestly, I know there's been a lot of criticizing of Coach Avero and maybe the scheme a little bit, but I honestly think, you lost some starters today. You didn't have J.C. Horn on the field and a lot of the other starters that have really played a majority of the snaps this season. So I think you can't really look at this game as that, but you can certainly look at the pieces that you have. And I think, the run game, that is on defense. You've got to be able to stop the run in the league, especially in the NFC South when you're obviously going up against the Atlanta Falcons every season, twice a year. But there were some positives to take away, and I think you look at, even Jadeveon Clowney. He was, kind of his presence was really felt on the field today, and I think that was good to see.
Right, absolutely. A guy, you want your veteran players, your guys that are come out to be stars. You want them to show up in times like this, and even though younger guys, Damani Richardson leading the team in tackles, definitely a bright spot there, the safety spot, because we'll see obviously what the future holds at that position, but I think that's a guy that you can build around, an undrafted guy who nobody really thought would have an impact, and you look what he's been able to do over the past few weeks. So I think there's some building blocks there, but you mentioned the run game. You're playing in the NFC South. You got Bucky Irving, Rashad White, you got Alvin Kamara, you got Bijan and Algier. You're going to be facing great running backs in those 6 games every single year. You got to improve in that facet, because if a team's able to run the ball for over 200 yards, it's hard to stop. Unfortunately, the Panthers were able to make that one last play at the end.
Yeah, so we'll certainly be talking a little bit more about the future of the defense and really the Carolina Panthers as a whole. But for now, let's go and hear from the defensive guys in the locker room.
I felt good. Just to really finish the season felt great. Healthy, feeling good. Just excited about finishing the season strong. Last couple years ago, I was finishing needing something done to my body. I was more excited about that than anything.
I want to honor every single one of those guys who played so hard for us and tried to do what we asked them to do the whole time as we were troubleshooting issues and facing the different challenges that each team posed against our defense. And the guys never wavered. They just stayed together. They worked hard, they played hard and finished for each other, and that's what I'm most proud of.
So even though the defense did give up over 500 yards for the second straight week, still some positive vibes here. The guys really able just to be happy and finishing the season off with the win, because we know that can build a lot of momentum for the future. Speaking of the future, you have a lot of free agents. We talked about that this morning on Black and Blue Kickoff Live, who's going to be back, who might be gone. But I think you look at this defense, you got to make improvements, really at edge rusher. You're going to have a top 10 pick. You got to go get one of these studs coming out in college, because you got to be able to have some pressure on the quarterback, but also guys to set the edge on the run game too.
Yeah, and they only had 1 sack on Michael Penix Jr. today, but really not a lot of pressure. There were several times that he had all day to make his reads in today's game. And so, you definitely have to create that pressure. And I know, we know Dan Morgan, the general manager for the Carolina Panthers, that is going to be a focal point at whatever position that they draft, especially in the first round. But they do have some difficult decisions. You mentioned what we talked on Black and Blue Kickoff Live. I have to gloat a minute, because we also talked about who we were picking to win the game. I was the only one to pick the Carolina Panthers today. didn't even make up any ground on you. You still win the championship, but at least I win today, and you know that's worth something.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we always love celebrating here, and I think too. I mean, I think you can see a pretty bright future for this team. I think when you look back over the past couple seasons and how they've gone at the end, it's like, okay, where do we really go from here? But I think you have a foundation set. These guys, you know, Brant Tillis, Dan Morgan, they're going to be hard at work in the offseason, to bring in guys in free agency, bring in guys in the draft, and really retool this roster. They've always called it a retooling, not necessarily a rebuilding. So we'll see how they retool this roster and really that defensive side of the ball to help stop that ground attack, in the coming years.
Yeah, and you know what else we saw today? Yeah. We saw culture. At the end of this game, they were happy leaving the field, very cordial leaving the field, but Dave Canales and all of his coaching staff stayed here. Yeah. We had Georgia on My Mind playing. It was just like so scenic, almost from a movie, but he sat there and hugged every single one of his players. You could tell how appreciative his players were. I think we've questioned, exactly what that culture actually looks like in the locker room today. I think you saw evidence of that today by the win, by the character after, by the coaching staff, and by the players. And I think, it's all up from here in the offseason.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a guy that these men want to play for, and somebody that's really just trying to build. I mean, obviously this first year, there was a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
He had to make a lot of difficult decisions, but, they came out on the other side. They were able to get a win, and I think that's a guy that can really lead this team into the future. Now it's just a matter of bringing on the guys that fit that culture and just taking off from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that'll do it for us. I think we do have to give out our crown, so we will do that in a little bit, but we'll send it back to you guys.
Well, up next, the Duke's Mayo Bowl gave us 2 exciting teams and 1 awesome Mayo bath. However, the thing that stole the show at BOA was a former Charlotte player. We'll tell you why when we return.
Man. Oh, my God. Oh.
Kitchen Nightmares Road to Super Bowl 59 premieres this Tuesday on Fox.
Getting hurt on the job happens unexpectedly. Your future may be on the line.
I needed a lawyer who understands workers' compensation claims.
I got the compensation I'm entitled to.
Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
What does it really mean when you buy your bed factory direct? It means locally built, top quality, 2-sided construction, using only the best materials. Typically, this level of quality is expensive, but thanks to our unique factory direct business model, you'll get a higher quality bed for hundreds less than the mass-produced mainstream brands. Hi, we're the original mattress factory, and we pretty much wrote the book on what it means to be factory direct.
There's a famous quote that says, in order to get something that you've never had, you got to do something that you've never done.
You are here to prove you have something about you.
I've been in situations where I freeze.
When it's paint time, I'm toured out. I hope that this course will allow me to be the old Carrie.
I can't breathe! You have to be hungry, you have to be tough, and you must never give up.
The devil on my shoulder is going, you can't do this.
You're not meant to be here. You should go home.
I'm just trying to believe in the angel that's telling me you can do it.
Ocean warfare is treacherous.
I'm not meant for water.
Close quarter combat, hand-to-hand fighting.
Yeah, it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable.
Scared, like really scared.
It's about taking that leap of faith.
Oh. Bruh.
This is gonna be a test of your character. I can't breathe.
This ain't Hollywood, mate.
Hurry up, let's go!
What do we get ourselves into?
Sometimes it's hard not to get caught up in the negativity.
Yeah, and it's putting our anxiety into overdrive.
That's right, so stop your doom scrolling and come hang out with us.
For an hour of locally sourced positivity right here in the Queen City. Positively Charlotte, weekdays at 10 a.m.
Well, back on CSL Friday night at Bank of America Stadium, certainly lived up to it at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Minnesota handled Virginia Tech 24-10, and in the win, this was PJ Fleck postgame, absolutely doused in 5 gallons of mayonnaise, and I'd be fine, certainly, if I never had to witness that live Ever again, it was quite the scene. It was a big reason for the win also. Senior wideout Elijah Spencer. He was born and raised 100 miles south in Irmo, South Carolina, who spent his first 2 seasons here, though, in Charlotte playing for the Niners. And the past 2 seasons, though, he has thrived in a Gophers uni, including Friday night. 6 catches for 81 yards, 2 big touchdowns, both coming in the first half on top of that. And what a fitting end for Spencer. He was named the game's MVP back in a city of Charlotte that means an awful lot to him.
It was big time, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I would have an opportunity to play in front of, all my friends and family. So I say that was the biggest part that I was looking forward to. A lot of friends and family haven't seen me play, especially up in Minnesota. So being able to play right here, my backyard, why not?
Well, Spencer said he had nearly 30 family and friends in attendance Friday at BOA, and he certainly made his homecoming of sorts count. Played a heck of a game in the win, Mike.
Back to the Panthers, it wasn't always pretty for Carolina's defense, but today, as we said before, they still found a way. Mike Jackson did his part. The veteran quarter joined us after the game.
That's right. We got Mike Jackson joining us right now. We're talking about defense. We're also going to be talking about this interception that you had today. Really a big turning point of this game, but how good did that one feel today?
It felt good. I ain't had a pick in a long time, so it was kind of like just to finally get that one and go get a ball to my family, that was nice.
Yeah.
Big challenge for you guys. I mean, not having JC for this game, how proud are you for the rest of the guys being able to step up and, just playing a solid game and putting it all together for 4 quarters and even then some?
I just feel like everybody kind of took on the challenge. Like, Samar came in and did a great job, gave up a touchdown, but then came right back the next series and had a key tackle. So I was proud of everybody. And everybody just showed that no matter if they consider you a starter, role player, practice squad, whatever, like, once you step on the field, you're in the NFL. So we all living legends, and we played like it today.
What was it like in the locker room after? I'm sure Dave Canales had quite the message to the team after this win, but what was the atmosphere like?
It was nice. It's kind of a bittersweet moment because, this is the last time you're going to see some guys for forever, but it was one of those moments like, even though it's over with, we went out with a bang. So that's something we can hang our hat on.
Yeah.
When you look over the past few weeks, we really saw a culture being created. I know there were a lot of close losses that didn't go you guys' way, but, what does it say about the team to put it all together and set up some momentum for the future?
Just that we don't quit. We just keep fighting, and we don't look at our record or anything like that. It's about who can be better that Sunday. Yeah. So, yeah.
How much room is there for growth on the defensive side of the ball going into the offseason for this team?
It's a lot of room. Like, I feel like that we still left a lot of plays out there, but at the end of the day, we got the win. So in the offseason, we got something that we can build on.
Got to talk about you personally. I mean, you've really stepped up this year, came over via trade, about to be a free agent. How bad do you want to be here to see things continuing to build?
I want to be here bad just because Canales is the reason why I'm here. Yeah. Like, he took a chance on me, and it's crazy. I'm basically here because I ran to the ball in Seattle, like for real. So I just look at it like it's funny how things work. Yeah. God just really took care of me, kept me safe the whole season, and just put me in a place where I was closer to home. I get to play in Atlanta. This is my first time playing here. I had like 60 people here. Yeah, so it's like it was a home game for me, so it was nice.
You mentioned Canales. I saw him here hugging every single player as he leaves the field. What has he established here in Carolina, and what does a moment like that at the end of the season mean to you?
It means a lot. Just it shows who he is. Like, we understand it's a business, but also we're with each other 7 days a week for 6-7 months. So he just took it all in, and he just told us, like, no matter what, we're always still a family. Like, we went through trial and tribulations together, so never forget that.
All right, well, Mac Jackson, we appreciate it. Congratulations on the win, and enjoy your offseason.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. And from the mat to the ring, a former college gymnast is making a whole new career in wrestling.
I'm so excited about reading this. It's really cool.
I was just stumbling.
And we're not just having a party when we come back, Joseph. We're having a private one with the private party, the AEW Tag Team Champs. Before they took over Bojangles last night, they talked to us about the perks and downfalls about being number one.
Coming out with us every weekday morning at 10 a.m. for a boost in your day.
Check out the very best Charlotte has to offer. This is Positively Charlotte.
Hold on. New Bet365 customers get how much?
That can't be right.
It's true. Join Bet365 today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5. You could spend them on bets like the spread, run line, totals, and player props.
Well, there you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
I'm Faith. I work as an American Sign Language interpreter, and I just graduated from my bachelor's program. I texted 988 because at the moment where I needed help, I realized that I didn't have access to English at the moment. Sometimes speaking gets hard for me, and they just helped me calm down, and then I was able to find a friend. It's free, and you can get in touch with people who are trained to help through all sorts of crises.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Dr. Larson was in a car accident last night.
You have partial retrograde amnesia. She can't remember the last 8 years of her life.
Babe, what's wrong?
We're not together anymore. We got divorced.
What? The woman created a toxic work environment. If we don't figure this out, you could be dead in a month.
You can't speak to people like that. Me and Amy were together. I want to tell her. Maybe she needs to know there's something good on the horizon.
I don't know what I did or who I am now, but I wanted to be a doctor my entire life, and I don't think I can give that up.
If she ever remembers, this could ruin my life.
Then make sure she fails.
But the accident has given you something the rest of us never get.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Chance to do things differently. Don't waste it.
Doc, series premiere this Tuesday on Fox.
There's a famous quote that says, in order to get something that you've never had, you got to do something that you've never done.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test premieres January 8th on Fox.
Well, if you've watched professional wrestling, you know the athletes all have very different backgrounds. And in WWE's NXT, one of their young stars first made a name for herself in college gymnastics, that is. And Kenny Morales reports more on her journey.
Before she was flipping opponents out of the ring, South Florida native Kalani Jordan was doing flips herself as a member of the Michigan State gymnastics team.
I did gymnastics since I was 5, and I was able to get a scholarship to Michigan State and continue my career there. And I love Michigan State, so go green, shout out Big Ten. I would have never thought I would be in the WWE. I never thought gymnastics would have led me here because that's how I got into WWE. They were recruiting athletes. I got a message on Instagram, and they were like, come to a tryout for a chance to be a superstar. I was able to come here and be offered, so gymnastics has helped me in the ring because body awareness, attention to details, work ethic, mental toughness. I can't thank the sport enough, honestly.
Kalani Jordan! What was that initial transition like going from gymnastics to NXT?
I would say the biggest difference is gymnastics is not a trash talking sport. It's not an aggressive sport. We don't really beef with anyone. Where in wrestling, and you're competitive, but it's different. In wrestling now, I'm hitting people, it's contacting. Sometimes I gotta, say like trash talk, be cocky, and in gymnastics it's just not like that, and that's like the biggest difference.
For you personally, this upcoming tour, what are your goals for yourself? I imagine probably defending that title.
Yes, my goal is to make sure I retain this title and also just to create the legacy for it because I am the inaugural champion. I just want to make sure that I'm paving the way for people who come behind me with this title. And also on CW, I'm going to make sure I defend it every single week. Well, maybe not every single week. Whenever I have a match, I'm going to keep defending it.
Kalani Jordan. Reporting in Orlando, I'm Kenny Morales.
Well, speaking of wrestling, WWE's competition was in Charlotte last night. AEW came to Bojangles Coliseum for an episode of Collision. Chris Jericho was there. So was Coach John Moxley and Jeff Jarrett. There's some experienced vet, but we also had some up-and-comers too, like the AEW Tag Team Champs. I caught up with them earlier this week. straight from New York City, we got Private Party, Isaiah. Mark, how are you, sir?
Fabulous. Oh, we're blessed. Oh, this feels great.
Amazing.
Now, you guys are the tag team champs. How cool is it to carry these things around and represent the company and be the champs?
It's an honor. It's a long time coming.
Big pressure, too.
Yeah,
big pressure.
We work best under pressure.
Most definitely.
I like that. It's funny because people don't understand. Like being a champion of wrestling, certain people are like, no, being a champion of wrestling means the company believes in you.
Yeah.
But there it isn't all gravy because you got to carry those belts around everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You got to carry them through airports. You got to carry them in restaurants. Does that like ever get annoying?
No, I love it.
Really?
I love it.
Wait. I was about to say with the whole TSA, when they pulled my belt out in Orlando, I wasn't feeling it too much. It was early in the morning, and I just remember she said, "Oh, it's a belt. I'm just gonna show everybody." And then she picks it up and like, "Look, we have a champion." And I'm gonna run it through the scanner again. I was like, "It's a title."
Such a crazy collection of talent that AEW has.
For sure.
Not only a lot of young up-and-comers, but a lot of legends. What's it like? Because I'm sure you guys grew up watching a lot of these legends. What is it like hanging around these guys? And like, is it hard to be their peers when it's like, I had your poster on my bed. I used to play with your action figure.
Oh, it's amazing. Quick fact. Sting, the icon Sting, was one half of the All Elite Wrestling Tag Team Champions. So to hold the belt that he once held, it's amazing.
Who were some of the guys that you grew up watching?
The Hardy Boys.
Oh, Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys. You know about the Hardys?
Were you managed by Matt Hardy for a little bit too? What was that like to be managed by?
Hey, don't erase me from history. I was there for a little stint.
Yeah, he was there too.
I was there.
It was amazing. You know, those are the guys that I looked up to, him and his brother Jeff, and being able to like be under their learning tree, no pun intended. Yeah. It was cool. It's like that's my like wrestling father because he taught me so much, and I'm very grateful for it.
What's the best advice that you received from one of these guys?
Aggression.
Yeah.
Aggression. Like show it in the ring because they know like we can do all the cool moves.
Yep.
But now it's time to see if we could fight.
It was something that we needed. We needed that fire lit underneath us, and I'm thankful that we got that lesson. And because of that lesson, we sit here as the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
And still tag team champs. They won last night. Well, you know what's next? It's our QC Crowns. And despite my best effort, it is not going to The Rock. Although he's more deserving. The great one announced today he's going to be on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. I'll be watching. Hope you'll keep watching us in the meantime. More CSL in 2.
What does it really mean when you buy your bed factory direct? It means you get a great bed at a great value. Hi, we're the Original Mattress Factory, and we pretty much wrote the book on what it means to be factory direct.
Keep pounding, Panthers Nation. Black and Blue Kickoff Live 2024 is here all season long. The most in-depth coverage, exclusive interviews with players and coaches, and insider analysis from our star-studded network of Panthers experts. Right before kickoff, directly from the Carolina Panthers HQ. Black and Blue Kickoff Live.
Black and Blue Kickoff Live is proudly brought to you by Skyla Credit Union. See what your money can do.
In 2024, we learned a lot.
This will be the worst storm I've ever experienced here in Catawba County.
Families grieve the men who did not survive the day.
This is one of the worst storms in modern history.
Some of those lessons were tougher than others.
I am distraught. I am confused.
It's my neighbor's house. It's gone.
And we learned a lot about ourselves in the process.
They don't know us from anybody. They were willing to put their lives on the line.
It's to feed those troops, and they're feeding us.
Other people lost their houses.
We got customers that need us.
Learn things like how to cope.
You represent everything great.
I'm very thankful to have little mementos like this.
It's bringing together the country, standing out for a good cause.
Patience.
This win for the Carolina Panthers, it is truly wins and losses. That's what keeps coaches around.
And learned to lighten up a little.
Welcome to Positively Charlotte.
Now, 2024 was no walk in the park.
A change at the top. U.S. president to be convicted of a crime.
But who said anything about walking? We stampeded the park. Damn near all of them. And learned new reasons to move forward. Together.
If you don't save history, it's gone.
Our community didn't let miles or mountains divide us. We learned to move the mountains. And we learned new ways to wear our crown.
You got to be able to do life with the athletes.
You may ask yourself, how'd you get through all that? You learned. That's how. Because when you know more, you reign on.
Let freedom reign.
Our Queen City community is made better every day by heroes of their own stories, like Officer Wooten in Cramerton.
It was the community support that we didn't have to show up.
Vivian and her proud bandmates.
We give you a place to exist while bonding through music.
Leanne, a children's social worker.
We know that we're here for our children.
Heroes, reminding and encouraging all of us. You don't need to be superpowered to reign on.
All right, it is QC Crown time, and we will start with Carla and Gabe out in the ATL.
Well, it's no surprise who we're giving our crown to. I think we could give it a broad crown to the Carolina Panthers and their season, getting to 5 wins this season. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think, you know, especially midway through the season, we really didn't know how many more wins they would get this year. But the biggest crown goes to Bryce Young. Through adversity, through all of the criticism, like he rises to the top, comes out and puts on a performance today, and really a performance the last 2 months to end his second season in the league.
Absolutely. Took the Falcons' motto, rise up, to it, his own hands.
Yeah.
I mean, he really put on a heck of a show today. 5 total touchdowns, a career high. Just playing with that swagger, that confidence that we all knew him for in college. Throwing no-look passes, dance. I mean, we all love to see, because when you have a quarterback playing like that with that confidence, a guy that's really out there, just doing his thing, and he's cool, calm, and collected with it, that really just oozes around the whole team, and definitely showed why this team was able to win. And Bryce put on the show, definitely the guy moving forward.
Absolutely. He definitely did. Great to see that confidence. That'll do it for us here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We'll send it back to you for your crowns.
Well, as you guys know, we usually don't hand out crowns to rivals of the Panthers, but we got to give Mike Evans his due. Fourth quarter of today's game, this catch and gain took him over 1,000 yards receiving for the 11th season in a row. Only Jerry Rice has done it. For reaching that mark, he also got a $3 million bonus on his contract, hence why this wild celebration is going on.
That is literally a remarkable streak when you think about it. I mean, that consistency.
Only one other guy has done it.
And the Panthers 8th in the draft next year. Who the heck knows who they'll go with?
For Joey, I'm Mike. Hopefully we find out tomorrow.
Later.
In 2024, we learned a lot.
This will be the worst storm I've ever experienced here in Catawba County.
Families grieve the men who did not survive the day.
This is one of the worst storms in modern history.
Some of those lessons were tougher than others.
I am distraught. I am confused.
It's my neighbor's house. It's gone.
And we learned a lot about ourselves in the process.
They don't know us from anybody. They were willing to put their lives on the line.
It's to feed those troops, and they're feeding us.
Other people lost their houses.
We got customers that need us.
Learned things like how to cope.
You represent everything great.
I'm very thankful to have little mementos like this.
It's bringing together the country, standing out for a good cause.
Patience.
This win for the Carolina Panthers, it is truly wins and losses. That's what keeps coaches around.
And learned to lighten up a little.
Welcome to Positively Charlotte.
Now, 2024 was no walk in the park.
A change at the top. U.S. president to be convicted of a crime.
But who said anything about walking? We stampeded the park, damn near all of them. And learned new reasons to move forward together.
If you don't save history, it's gone.
Our community didn't let miles or mountains divide us. We learned to move the mountains and learned new ways to wear our crown.
You got to be able to do life with the athletes.
You may ask yourself, how'd you get through all that? You learned. That's how. Because when you know more, you reign on.